What's up again, everybody? I am coming to you on my way to work. So today I want to talk a little bit about what's happened with our family over here at the Stacked C. On July 18th, 2023, my old lady Alexis, my partner, my soulmate, had two simultaneous strokes. On the right side, the occipital lobe was affected, as well as the thalamus. So it's called a right occipital stroke and a thalamic stroke. And the right occipital stroke, the occipital lobe is responsible for our vision, mostly some cognitive stuff, a little bit of balance and those types of things. So the right occipital lobe controls the left vision, and so Alexis lost her vision in her left field. So it's not that she can't see out of her left eye, it's that she cannot see left out of both eyes. And she's gotten some of it back a little bit, like down here in her periphery, she can see on the left side just a little bit about where my fingers are waving, and then below that. But it's been really hard on her not having the vision. And then the hardest part of that is she also developed what's called Charles-Bonnet syndrome. It is not a mental health disorder. It's visual disturbances or hallucinations in that visual field that's gone, and it's ever evolving, ever changing. Sometimes she sees people and faces, sometimes she just sees objects and blurs or blobs or orbs, but it changes all the time. It's present when she closes her eyes. It's basically affecting her from the time she's awake to the time she goes to sleep and beyond. And it is extremely taxing. So those of you that have experimented with psychedelics know what she's going through. She is having those psychedelic hallucinations in her left field of vision that she lost. So on top of having to process everything in her right field of vision that's happening in real time in real life, she also has to try not to pay attention to all the visual disturbances that are happening at tremendous speeds through all of this stuff. So if she's watching TV with her right field of vision, her left field of vision is doing that Charles-Bonnet thing. So basically her left field of vision is on an acid trip. Again, it's not a mental health disorder or a mental health issue. This is something that is fairly new to medicine, that not a lot is known about. Charles-Bonnet syndrome was first found out, I believe, in people with macular degeneration, which my grandma on my dad's side has suffered tremendously. So the older generations probably just didn't say anything because they were too afraid to be put in the nut house or to be deemed crazy and put on psych meds or anything like that. So our country's history with mental health is appalling, and it's very fear-inducing to think that you'll be classified with a mental health disorder, when in all reality what it is, the Charles-Bonnet is where you had vision before, your brain is trying to figure out what's going on. So her brain is healing right now, and the way that it was described to us by the neurologist was our brain is a giant mega city. And when a stroke happens, it's like that mega city having a fire at one of its larger facilities that handles a lot of function within the city. With that being said, then we also have with us the need to clean up and reinstitute everything that was lost in the fire. So a lot of times when big cities have a big fire happen in the middle of them, they have to cordon off the section, they have to divert utilities and terminate utilities in that area that was affected, do a major cleanup effort, remediation, and then eventually some rebuilding can take place. So it's only September 12th right now. The strokes happened July 18th, so we haven't even hit 60 days yet. And I feel like Alexis has been improving significantly. She's made dinner for us quite a few nights. And as a matter of fact, last night she made one of our family favorites, and it was probably one of the best meals that we've had since she's been home from the hospital. And she's doing a bunch of little things around the house that are helping with neuroplasticity, and she's doing her physical therapy at home. Man, this is tough. Alexis has always been somebody that never waited around for anybody else to do anything. I've said since the beginning of our relationship that she does the work of 8 people plus her own work. Any day she's been at work, she's just a go-getter. She's extremely tenacious. She has willpower like I've never seen before. She is a wonderful mom, wonderful partner. She's helped me tremendously with my own struggles and my own stuff going on. She helped me through the custody case that is still ongoing and we've been dealing with for 3 years. And no sign of it letting up anytime soon, but Alexis organized my entire evidence binder. She talked me off the ledges as I was processing this custody trial. She has been nothing but a tremendous stepmom to Abel. She has always treated Abel as her own. And she's the glue in our family. So this stroke has been really tough on us. There's not a lot that she can do. She doesn't have a whole lot of energy to do much of anything around the house. The little bit of energy she does have, she does spend doing stuff around the house, folding laundry, cleaning kitchen, organizing stuff, getting stuff in a better spot for her as she needs it, going through this process. She's staying very hopeful, very positive, very appreciative. But man, we've had a pretty tough go of it. You know, like I said, we have 4 kids. One's turning 13 this weekend. Another one is 11. Another one is 8. And another one is 7. And the fact of the matter is, there's just no good way to talk about strokes with kids in a way or context that they understand. Even our oldest ones still don't truly understand. So what led to Alexis's stroke, she has a kidney disease called Sjogren's, and that Sjogren's flared up in a way that made another condition develop called membranous neuropathy. Membranous neuropathy, in my best understanding, makes our blood extremely thick because the kidney is excreting a lot of stuff that it's not supposed to be excreting. So with that extremely thick blood comes a much higher chance for clot. So Alexis's clot happened causing the strokes because of the membranous neuropathy, is what we're told. It's just they did a bunch of workup on her heart and did some extra monitoring on her heart and some extra stuff trying to find a hole in her heart for how this clot made it through, and they still have not truly given us any answer as to how this clot developed. And with that, I would like to take this opportunity to say that Adventist Health Memorial Rideout in Marysville, California is the worst, the absolute worst hospital you could ever go to. Do not allow your family to take you to Adventist Health Memorial Rideout in Marysville. Do not allow an ambulance to take you to Adventist Health Memorial Rideout. Do not ever accept care at Memorial Rideout. They are the biggest quacks, hacks, and butchers that ever existed. One of their head nurses, Mona, I have great issue with, and if I ever see her again, boy, am I gonna read her the riot act. They treated Alexis like dog shit the whole time that she was there. She did not receive a CT scan for over 10 hours. She did not receive an MRI for over 36 hours on a stroke alert. Those are both things that are supposed to happen within the first 4 hours of a stroke alert. And they did none of them. They did not do a single stroke assessment. Not one. Luckily, we have a family member who is a head nurse at UC Davis emergency room who is able to take emergency leave one day from work, from the emergency room at UC Davis, to come to Adventist Health Rideout Memorial Hospital to sit with Alexis and to help her get the proper verbiage so that she could be transferred to another hospital to get a higher level of care. And by a higher level of care, I mean that they just started caring for her. Everybody at Adventist Health is absolute trash. Absolute trash human beings. They do not care one bit about you, your family member, your kids, nothing. All they care about is their stupid fucking dollar. Fuck Memorial Rideout. Ask me how I really feel, and I'll let you know. So, anyways, the kids couldn't see Alexis the whole time she was at Memorial Rideout. Finally got her transferred to Sutter, where they were incredible. Incredible. Nurses were amazing. They did everything in stroke protocol that ever existed to be done, and then some. She talked to some of the top neurologists in the country. She received some of the best care that has been related to me that stroke survivors get in the hospital. My only gripe about Sutter is that they didn't really help prepare us for returning home. We didn't get any talk about rehab. I kept on asking about neuro rehab, about physical therapy, about all that stuff, and nobody had any answers for us. And physical therapy just started about 3 weeks ago, I think, so a little after a month of the strokes having happened. And she was in the hospital for 10 days. So 10 days of 30. So she got physical therapy just around the month mark of returning home. And that's all being done at home. So we're going to be jumping on the horn with her team and neuro-ophthalmologist and getting some referrals for a neuro rehab as well as low vision specialists. We are going through an infusion process that is in the chemotherapy battery for her kidney disease. The treatment is called Remuxetab, and it is an IV infusion. It takes 4 to 6 hours to administer the infusion. We have to go to Fairfield to have it done. They only do it on Thursdays. They only start infusions in the morning. So on top of everything else we have going on, we also have to try to find somebody that can come be with the kids, get them off to school in the morning, the day of infusion, then stay with them because we usually are not going to be getting home until between 8 and 10 p.m. So obviously need somebody, get the kids to bed, get them up the next morning and start going for school. But we're going to ask for the infusions to be slowed down this time because they just slammed them in. As soon as they found that she could tolerate the infusions, they just started slamming them in one after the other and only gave about a quarter bag of IV fluids. So we're going to be asking that the infusion be slowed down, that she be allowed breaks in between infusions, and that they administer at least a full bag of IV fluids. So we'll probably be there for a little bit more time than we were last time. But at home, you know, we've got the chickens, kids, dog, cat, school, work, everything still going normal, just a lot more work involved. And I'm kind of doing most everything by myself, other than what the kids kick in to do and what Alexis is able to do. And let me just reiterate that whatever anybody in the household can do, they are doing, and doing with a good attitude and being very helpful. So that's just a little bit about the strokes and where we're at now, and just kind of what I'm thinking about this morning. Hope it helps somebody. If you have any questions, please leave a comment and I'll try to answer them as much as possible. Have a good day. Be safe. Be good, or be good at it.